Make your own rules. Dear Lynch, figuring out the rules is something you are going to have to do everywhere. When you start a job, there are certain bosses that will give you the freedom to do whatever you need to do. Others will demand a play by play breakdown of everything you have done. You'll just have to learn the lay of the land and you'll never stop. The situations get less violent for sure, but the whole notion of learning the rules and rituals will happen every place you go. Every job, every community, every church. You have to learn what the unspoken rules are and always be on the lookout for them. The good news is that most of the rules won't be about who can physically hurt you and when. Remember, the only thing you can control is you. In the face of violence and gang rituals at Tafoya, you could have made your own rules and rituals that would have been more positive to the world. Your fear made you focus on yourself and your own safety. I get it, but you could have listened to the people around you. You loved comic books. What if one of the guys in social studies had been into Wolverine and you'd spent the $2 to buy him a Wolverine comic book? You would have created goodwill and maybe even a friend. Your rule could have been I listen to people, and when an opportunity comes up for me to introduce a little goodness into the world, I give it a shot. What if you'd started a trend of listening to the things people liked and going a little out of your way to help them? Your parents did that all the time in the neighborhood. They gave to the gang members and kids that lived nearby, and that's one of the reasons your parents were beloved in our neighborhood. I know why you wouldn't do any of these things. In your fear, you shut down and stop looking outward. When you hold on to your fear, it blinds you. It clouds your vision. You forget about the people around you. Then fear becomes anger, and it's easier to hate someone than to help them. But there's the problem. I think Keller once said that in order to hate someone, you must first convince yourself that you are better than they are. You are not better than anyone else. You are all struggling with the same stuff, and you all chose to handle it differently. Your family had rules and rituals for helping people. Your parents prayed for anyone who needed help and set a great example for you. You've seen them visit hospitals, prisons, and funeral homes on their quest to help anyone in need. Sometimes helping people is the most gangster thing you can do. It's how the Godfather actually got all his power, by doing favors and helping people. Just don't do the rest of the stuff he did. So, what's my point? My point is that you can decide to set your own rules and rituals, and they can be forces for good. Do it your own way, but it requires you to be looking out for people to help. And because so few people do it in the world, it's actually the most punk rock thing you can do.